These are the true tales of a living crime boss. Real life crime stories from Ed Lundersen. Let me tell you guys, back in the days, 1961, me and my crew, the Meatball Boys, we were the toughest son of a bitches this side of Racine, Wisconsin. It was me, Lundersen, the Big L. Scattergooch Cameroni, he was from Kansas. And Donnie from Brooklyn, he too was from Kansas. And then there was Brooklyn from Ohio, but he was actually from Missouri. And then there was our boss, the Big Fish, Dolphin Linguine. He was from Lithuania. But let me tell you something. He was one big, bad, tough son of a bitch. So anyway, me and the boys, we just sitting there one time over there, walking. Oh, by the way, the statute of limitations is way past due. So all you coppers can eat one. Eat one, copper. But let me tell you something. Back to the story, alright? So anyway, we're sitting there in a fish fry place where Big Fish owns, but he was shooting numbers and dice and making counterfeit cocaine out the back, and he had some girls turning tricks in the basement. It was a real live operation. You had to be there. Let me tell you something, huh? So anyway, there's this guy. He driving down the street in his green donut truck, and so he's thinking, hey, wouldn't you like to have a cruller right now? I'd like to have a cruller. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait till the guy goes into the supermarket, and then we're gonna boost the truck, see? But you see, the thing is, you don't even know, in a green donut truck, it's not supposed to be the blue donut truck. So this guy, you gotta know something, that this guy, what does he do? It's the wrong truck on the wrong day. So we didn't know that, because we the guys, we're just sitting there looking. Big Fish was colorblind, so he didn't know dark green from dark blue anyway, so what are you gonna do? I mean, really, what are you gonna do? You gonna tell the boss, hey boss, I don't think that color got color. And he says, what do you say, no color, I know color, so, hey, I'll tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna argue with the boss. He the boss, he said green, you say blue, all I know is, we're gonna take that donut truck. That's what we're gonna do. So me, the L, Lundersen. Go over there with Scattergooch, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to clobber that guy. I'm going to clobber him with my wooden mallet, That was the plan. The plan was to clobber the guy with the wooden mallet, and Scattergooch jumps in the driver's seat, and he takes off, and then we meet down in the docks and split up the donuts. That was the plan. But like I said, this was the wrong color truck, on the wrong street, on the wrong day, at the wrong time. And little did we know, the donut truck was parked right in front of the Federal Reserve Bank of Wisconsin. Who knew? Because we were small-time hustlers, you see. We would run numbers, run girls, make fake cocaine and sell it to college students who were looking for a real quick fix, a real buzz. That's what we would do, We would even, on occasion, we would make up some counterfeit spaghetti sauce. It's not ragu if it's got 2 O's in it. Ha! But you liked the taste anyway, didn't ya? Shemansky. But anyway, so, Scattergooch, he walks up to the door to look and see if the driver's still in the seat. I pull out my blackjack wood mallet, and I'm about to go clobber on the guy. You see, let me tell you something. There's one thing I didn't anticipate. See, in all my years of clobbering, I always swung my clobber stick upward and outward. So I'd clobber your jaw and you fall back in a daze and have a nice sleep. Oh, I didn't know. The driver was a midget. Who'd have thought in a green donut truck with a 10-foot roof that the guy driving it would be a ding-dang Oompa Loompa? Who knew? So, I gets ready to swing on him. But the guy, little did I know, he's got mirrors all over the truck. He sees me. I'm about ready to clobber the guy. Remember, upward and outward. That was my motion. Upward and outward. The guy sees me. I swing upward and outward, but the guy's only 3 foot tall, so clearly I missed. Oh, but this guy didn't miss. Oh, he must have been Golden Gloves back in the Dwarf Leagues or something, because he punched me dead in my balls, And I mean, Lundersen is a tough guy. Lundersen is the tough guy. But I took one straight in my cojones, you see. I took one straight in my broomstick and my billiard balls. I was doubled over. It came on me so fast. I fell so quick. I must have been like a brick outside of the Empire State Building, because all I can remember was my head hitting the concrete. And then I was out. And I didn't know. Little Oompa Loompa guy was kicking me in the face and kicking me in the nose, and then he pulled out his little ding ding and he peed on me, and I was just like stunned. I literally was stunned because I was in shock. My head hit the concrete and I'm still feeling the pain from a kicking and punching the balls. Oh man, this is not the right kind of heist on the right kind of day. So it's gotta go cheese this guy kicking me and peeing in my face, and you know, he's like, Lundersen is my pal. You don't do that to him. You don't do that to Lundersen. So then he pulls out the jammy, you know? Now these days the young kids call the jammy the shotgun, but in my day, the jammy was actually called strawberry preserves. So he pulls out a bottle of strawberry preserves, and he clobbers the midget on the head. Oh, and it was crazy. It was crazy. He looked like a little blueberry just running around with strawberry preserves on his head. So anyway, it's getting real hectic. I'm trying to gain my consciousness, but I really think I messed up real bad on this heist right here. I think I messed up real bad. Because all of a sudden, the guard comes out of the Federal Reserve Bank, and he's coming out with his pistol blazing, and then, you know, oh jeez, I don't know what we're gonna do. And that's when Brooklyn Danny comes out of nowhere. Brooklyn Dan. He comes out of nowhere, and he's got like this golden arm that you can't believe. The kid should have been in the major leagues, but you know, he had a club foot, so he couldn't run right. You know, Brooklyn Dan had that one club foot. He looked like a kid on a swing, playing hopscotch all the time, trying to run the bases, but he had a golden arm. So he picks up an apple from the little corner grocery man. He throws it at the security guard, hits him square in the eye, pops out his eyeball. I don't even know. Maybe the guy was a veteran or something. I didn't even know. He had a glass marble in there. Who knew? Why would you give the guy a gun? Because then the gun went off, and then the bullet hit a little old lady on the other side of the street. She fell down, and the head was all over by this time. The whole block is on fire. Just when I thought it couldn't get no worse. Scarabooch tells me, you know something? You know something, my man? The back of this truck, there's no donuts. No donuts? What do you mean? What means donuts? The donut truck gotta have donuts. It says donuts right on the side of the truck. It says, these ain't no donuts, Lundersen. These ain't no donuts. So then I go back to the back of the truck. I take a look at the back of the truck with my own eyeballs. And my balls still swollen. And my forehead looked like a unicorn now, because when I hit the concrete, now I got a big old knot on it. But let me tell you something. There were no donuts in the back of that truck. What was it? Gold bullion. 24-karat bars of gold bullion. Sitting in the back of an armored donut truck. You see, the donut truck was supposed to be blue, and it was supposed to come Tuesday mornings between 10 and 12. And the armored car delivery was supposed to come Tuesday afternoon between 4 and 5. But that day, that driver wanted to celebrate his daughter's birthday, so he had came in the night before and had loaded the truck with the bullion. And he figured if I could make my deliveries early, I could make it back and I could celebrate happy birthday time with my baby girl. That's what the plan was, and we had lo and behold had just figured out that we were not going to get some $7 crullers, but we were going to boost a truck with $40 million of gold bullion. So, at this point, we've got to get out of here, because we got the security guard with the apple in his eye. He done shot the woman across the street. Somebody's going to ring the alarm. No one has actually came out to examine the truck yet. We got the little midget man on the sidewalk, and we got me with the knot, and we're still next to the donut truck. So then I tell Big Fish, I say, Big Fish, hey, call the disturbance. So what Big Fish does, this is why he's the boss, you see. He's the boss because he's always thinking. He's always on his toes. He always knows something to do when no one else knows what to do. So while we're sitting there, trying to figure out how fast we can stash this truck and where can we put it. I mean, there's a couple of warehouses down by the pier, but you gotta deal with those guys over there, and if they find out what we got in the truck, it can get really, really, really hectic. So what's the boss do? The boss reaches in the trunk of his car. He pulls out 2 brand new Kalashnikov AK-47 rifles. So just take one and take the truck down behind the supermarket next to the bowling alley on the other side of the pickle place. And wait for me there. So we say, okay, boss, we'll do that. We'll go over there and we'll wait for you at the supermarket behind the bowling alley next to the pickle place. Pronto. So then we take off. It's me and Scott Gooch. Now Brooklyn Dan, he's still in the street. He's clobbering the guy, because Brooklyn Dan doesn't like to use weapons. So what he's doing is he's beating the guy with a crutch. Now I don't mean like one of those wooden broken leg crutches that a veteran uses or something like that. He's beating this guy with it was like a half an elevator door type of crutch. One of those wedges that you put in there. And I'm saying he's clobbering up and down. And I'm looking at him in the mirror and I'm saying, Brooklyn Dan's gotta get out of there because the boss, he's got an idea. He's got an idea. So the boss, what he does is, he puts on his, so what the boss does, see, he goes and puts on a Barney costume. Barney, the big purple dinosaur. I love you, you love me, give me $5, I'll kick you in the nuts, something like that. So, puts on the Barney costume is what he does, you see. He grabs a big old block of ice, and then he gets his razor, and then he grabs some, he gets some of that strawberry jam that was on the midget's head. Then he goes, and he says, look, I gotta create a disturbance, and there's a kid's school right across the street, and it's lunchtime. So what he's saying is, kids, free shaved ice, free shaved ice. And his plan was, if I can get all of these kids in the middle of the street, that will delay the time that the coppers can actually make it, because they're not gonna run down the street with a bunch of little kids in there playing, eating free ice creams. The boss, he's always thinking. That's why he's a leader of the gang, see? That's why he's the leader of the gang. But one day, Lundersen's been the leader of the gang. Lundersen, well, let me tell you that. Yeah, those are good times. Back then, you could really pull a heist and have some fun, These days, there's no jobs for the kids, so therefore, everybody's pulling a heist. I pull a heist and the guy pulls a heist on me, and by the time we finish pulling the heist, somebody's got a backache. But listen, I've said too much. I want you to enjoy this real-life crime story from Lundersen. I don't know. I'll tell you more one time, but this was good times. The boss, may he ever rest in peace and bless his soul, because he was good to me. He was a good guy.